Hello and welcome to my channel, Jordan Mind, Body, and Soul, where we learn to take care of ourselves, mind, body, and soul. And if you're new to this channel, then welcome. This channel is just about different ways we learn to take care of ourselves mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially, whatever it is, so that we can lead our best lives. And if you're a returning subscriber or viewer, then thank you and welcome back. Let's get started. So I'm hoping this video finds you well, but I feel like this is the perfect time to post this topic because this is the time of year where the people who started their New Year's resolutions or their New Year's fitness goals start to feel a little unmotivated. Or this is also the time where they start to plateau. So all the stuff that they were so excited about and the changes that they were seeing, the instant and rapid weight loss that they had at the beginning, it starts to kind of hang out at this point. And then people get frustrated and then they start quitting. So if you feel like you're there anywhere near or close, or that sounds somewhat similar, this video is definitely for you. If possible, I recommend you grab a pen so you can jot some notes down, but also this is part of like your brainstorming that's gonna help you get back focused and help you see your vision come true so that you can get on track with your fitness goals. Okay, so anytime I have a client or even just a family member that tells me that they're struggling with their fitness goals or they're unmotivated, and I also saw this, like I made a poll and then people seemed like they were interested in this topic too. So I get a lot of feedback from people telling me that somewhere along their journey, they lose interest in fitness or exercising or healthy eating, like that diet that they were trying to do, whatever it is. And the first thing that I ask them is, what is your why? What is your why? Why are you doing this? And watch this. Okay, so the thing you want to do when you're planning your why is you want your why to be a tangible goal, but you also want it to be something that's continuous. So I'll give you an example. If I have somebody that tells me, oh, I want to lose weight so that I can fit into a certain dress, whatever, that I already purchased for my daughter's wedding. This is what I tell them. Okay, that's nice. That sounds great. We can make that happen. We're going to do that. But this is the bigger picture. You want to get healthy so you can attend events with your family. Because what I don't want the client to see or to think, or just anyone, right, is that the goal is the wedding. And then after the wedding, I can do whatever I want. Because we're going to talk about later how like your fitness journey is a lifestyle and how you incorporate into everything else in your life. But if you only see it as a destination, daughter's wedding, then you get there and then you fall off. And it's good because you got there, but you find yourself gaining weight again afterwards, and then you're trying to lose weight again, and then you're trying to gain weight again. So I try to make the why something that's continuous. Someone might say, so that I can keep up with my kids or my grandkids, because children are all over the place. That's something that's continuous. Okay, yeah. Your kids are growing up, they want to get active, they want to play, you want to be involved. Yes, we can do that. And then that creates the mindset of, I have to continue to do this. Because at least for me, when I'm helping or training people, I don't think of it like, okay, I'm going to get you to your, 50-pound weight loss and then see you later. Because people have to maintain that weight loss. So first, definitely identify your why. Why are you doing this? And if your why is even just like, so I can feel better, so that I can live longer, so that when I'm older, I don't have to take, 20 different medications. Whatever it is, identify your why and let that be something that wraps into the lifestyle. And I'll talk about the lifestyle later. The next part that is super important while you're already in your journey. So like I said, if you've already started like your new year working out and now you're like, I'm not motivated, like I just don't feel like doing it anymore. The thing that I always tell people is lose the fantasy. Get rid of the fantasy of what working out looks like. Some people literally, there's so many people who go to gyms and they're just posting their picture. Oh, I worked out today. They did like 5 minutes on a treadmill. They're out. They got makeup on and all this stuff. Like, lose the idea or the concept of what it's supposed to look like to other people. What the fantasy is, because the truth of the matter is that it's difficult. Like, there's so many days where I'm like, even now, like, since we have that February challenge coming up, I'm like, how am I gonna do it on this day? Because this is, I got this assignment to do it that day. I got to do this on that day, or I still want to record. Like, there's so many other things, of course, that are still going on, right? But I'm still going to show up and I'm still going to make it happen. And that means that on that day, if I was so busy from doing other stuff, right, I may only have, 50% to give that day. And that's okay. I may only have 30% to give that day. And that's okay, because I showed up. I'm there. It's a journey, right? It's not a destination. So every day is different. Think about right now, y'all, I love Prize Picks. Me and Terry were on Prize Picks. And so I'm like obsessed with like stats and stuff right now. And there's days where there'll be some players, obviously, they're all NBA good, but there'll be players who like they average like 25 points, 10 assists, 3 rebounds. And you're like, okay, this person, I could bet on him. He's good. And then you bet on him once, he comes through. You bet on him twice, he comes through. Third time, shows up. So the 5th time, you're like, oh, he got me. But then he doesn't. And you're like, what happened? So you're human, right? So every day it's not going to be perfect. Every day you're not going to have like that ideal amount of points scored, or you might not hit your mile record. I always work with clients who are like working toward improving how fast they can run a mile. Every day you're not going to hit it, but you're going to show up and you're going to get better. And the journey to that means that some days you are literally not going to feel like doing it. You're literally going to be like, I am like walking fast today. And that's okay. Detach from the feeling of it having to be perfect. Detach from that feeling of, you're seeing people promote working out and fitness on the internet, but they're pumping out, a 1-minute video. You know what I'm saying? They're not going that hard every day in that exercise. They're not. Your body can't do it. Your body won't keep up with it. They have days too when they don't feel like working out. They have days too where, for whatever reason, how their body feels, their push-up looks terrible, feels terrible, whatever it is. So lose the idea of what the image of fitness or working out is and attach to the reality of the moment. Today, I have this much to give. Tomorrow, you may have more. The next time you show up at the gym, you may have less. But once you realize that it's like a day-by-day step, it's a day-by-day process, then as soon as you're done working out for that day, you will at least feel accomplished that you stuck to your commitment. You'll at least feel that. You'll be like, okay, well, I stuck to it, right? Maybe I didn't run, my fastest mile today. I didn't beat my record. I didn't come near my record, but I showed up. It's about showing up. It's about discipline. And it's about the journey. So definitely, day by day, lose the idea of the fantasy. So wrapping back into that, like how I said earlier, it's a lifestyle. I think LeBron's probably a really good example, because a lot of people probably seen the little documentary that LeBron did where, if not, I'll explain it. He talked about like how he keeps up with his physique and his agility and all of his abilities, and it is literally a around the clock method to what he eats, to when he sleeps, to like how he does this and how he does that. Like, it's very, very calculated. His whole life is dedicated to basketball. And it's the same way when you're on a fitness or you're on a health journey. And that's why I say, like, you'll notice the people who are working out tend to, not all, but a lot of them tend to follow healthy diets or trends. Or a lot of them tend to, have information on, food sources. Where's this food source from? What does this mean? Like, you tend to seek that same health and that same, quality of life in other areas. A lot of those people, stay away from chemicals, just in, their harsh chemicals, of course, in, their fabric spray. You know what I mean? They tend to make it a full circle type of thing. And when you do that, it wraps into what I said earlier, when it's your why. It's the thing that's motivating you to be happy, to be healthy, to feel better, because this is my life. You see? And then if you are unmotivated, then it's okay, well, this is my life, right? So although I'm having a hard time in this moment, this is a lifelong thing. I can get better tomorrow. I will be better tomorrow. I'm going to try harder tomorrow. And this is also when I try to get people to incorporate journaling, or at least watching a motivational video. Just something that puts it in your mind too, because I always say, it's about the mind, the body, and the soul. It's the alignment of all of them. So you can go as hard as you want in the gym, but still not be healthy. You know what I mean? But still not have that mindset that's going to keep you strong and focused along your journey. That's going to keep you motivated along your journey. So you have to definitely incorporate different things that lead to you being healthy, and that lead to you wanting to get to the gym, and that lead to you wanting to be healthy as a whole in your life, because it motivates your journey. If you're eating right, you can be like, oh, I'm eating good, I'm feeling good, I'm gonna go to the gym. Same way if you go to the gym, you're like, dang, I want a good snack. Well, afterwards, you probably want something healthy. After you went to the gym and you burned out as much as you could, you went as hard as you could, you did your best, you probably don't want to eat something that's really high in fats and greasy and going to make you feel sluggish, right? You're going to fuel it with something good, something healthy. It's a lifestyle. And lastly, this is a big one. They're all very important. I don't think there's any order to it. Enjoy it. Enjoy what you do. The thing that trips me up the most is when I have a client who says that they don't like doing something. So they'll be like, I'm going to do cardio today. I'm like, oh, that's good. Good. Cardio sounds good. So what do you want to do? What's up? They're like, I hate running. I'm like, okay, so we won't run. And then they're like, but I'm going to run anyway. And I'm like, why? Why are you going to do it if you don't like it? Because the more and more you start associating the journey with things you don't like, the less and less attachment you feel, or the less motivation you feel to the reward of the process, right? If you're constantly doing things you don't like, where's the motivation? Where's the excitement in it? And the goal is to definitely enjoy it so that you can continue. Another example is people will tell me, adults, and I was like this as a child, but now as an adult, I love vegetables. People will tell me I don't like vegetables. And I'm like, you don't like vegetables? Okay. So I ask them, what are some of their favorite foods? So I'm like, what's some of your favorite food? Yada, yada, yada. And then they'll be like, I make an amazing lemon pepper chicken, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, nice. Take your vegetables, broccoli, peppers, whatever it is, and season it just like you would that chicken, that lemon pepper chicken. Do the same exact thing. And you know what? Make the lemon pepper chicken, and then, season the vegetables and stuff, and then let the vegetables marinate in the broth or the gravy that the chicken creates. Eat that. And slowly you start incorporating it with things that you already do in your lifestyle, right? And you start enjoying it. And those things that you didn't like so much, you accept. But don't just keep throwing yourself at workouts or routines that you don't like. Don't do that. Why? You're meant to enjoy. You're meant to have fun during this process. So don't make it one that's unfun for you. So I hope that helped. That was just some key points that I felt like was really necessary for people to think about and to ground themselves in as they gain their motivation back. Because another big thing that I think I have to mention is that your body is going to respond to the situations that it's put in. It's like the fight or flight. So if you constantly put it in that situation to improve, to be better, to be at the gym, also the muscle memory is going to kick in. Your body's going to be like, well, we're here. Then you override your mind and you're like, hey, like I said, sometimes when I'm at Hot Works, I don't really feel like being there. I'm like, dang, I need to do laundry. I want to be with my kids right now. Like, there's different things that's going on my mind, but I'm still rowing. I'm still doing it. And your muscles are like kicking in like, hey, you still here, even when your mind is relaxed. And then there'll be times where there's the opposite. Your mind is like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. But your body's like, I don't know. And again, that's just part of the journey. So if you lost motivation, figure out your why. Remember, every day doesn't have to be perfect. This is a lifestyle you're creating. You're building this life of happiness, of bliss, of excitement, of health, of love throughout your life. So if you feel like today you're not doing so well, or tomorrow, you want to improve, you want to go a little bit harder, do that and accept yourself for where you are in the journey. But remember, every day doesn't have to be perfect. Love it, enjoy it, and remember, take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.